In this video, we are going to go over how to set up port security on a Cisco switch. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and pull up the switch. As you can see, I've set up a basic just single VLAN, a few other commands. Not very much has been enabled on this switch. This is really just a very basic setup. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into global config, and we are going to set up port security on fast Ethernet 04. So PC1 here is connected to fast Ethernet 04. PC0 is connected to fast Ethernet 01. And if I pull up PC1, you can see that we can ping from PC1 to PC0 successfully. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull this up. We'll enter the interface for fast Ethernet 04. And then we will go about setting up our port security. So what we're going to do is we'll enable switch port mode access. Go ahead and press enter. And then switch port security, which turns on so what that does is that, so the first command makes it so that when you, let's go ahead and do this, switch question. So basically what it means is that you cannot plug another switch into this port and that it will pull up the VTP trunking and automatically set that up. So that actually turns off trunking on that port. And then the second one actually turns switch port security on the port. So then what we're going to do is go ahead and we will set up so that if the port detects a router or another switch plugged into that, or if it detects another switch plugged into that port, what it will do is go ahead and detect that violation and shut down the port. And we'll go ahead and configure it so that it will it'll read the dynamic, it'll secure dynamic addresses. So it'll look at the MAC address and see that it's the last MAC address is from a computer, and it'll register that MAC address, and also it'll register the MAC address of the switch when it connects to the port that it came from, and then shut that switch down. So then what we're going to do is we'll exit out, and we'll do and as you'll see on fast Ethernet 4 here, we now have switch port mode access, so no trunking is enabled, port security is enabled, and then it will remember the MAC addresses. So if we go back out here and do we can go ahead and see that it is enabled. It actually is secure up right now, and nothing's plugged in. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and unplug the computer and plug it back in, and we'll do the same here. Give it just a second for the switch to come up and realize that, and see it came up, went down. We'll give it just a minute. Alright, so packet tracer can be a little slow at times, but if we bring this back over, we'll go ahead and see that we can still ping. So I'm actually going to slide packet tracer off a little bit to the right here. And what we're going to see is, if we pull up this, shrink it down a little, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and connect this PC here to this Linksys switch. Let's go ahead and shrink this down. Alright, and this Linksys router. And then what I want you to watch is, if you watch as we connect the Linksys router to that port, it automatically detects. So you see the switch automatically detected that we plugged in this wireless router. And because that is another switch plugged in here, it automatically shut the line down. And actually what we will have to go in and do to make this work again is disconnect this, connect this here, and then we'll actually have to go in and go to the and do a shut, and then do a no shut, and it'll come back up. And if we were to wait for packet tracer here, what we'll see is eventually this will come back up. And we can do that by doing a do show I. And we can see that Fast Ethernet 4 is up and up. And we'll just give packet tracer another minute here to go ahead and bounce its way around. And then we'll bring PC1 back in, verify that it's up, and we can ping the other PC. So that's a very basic idea of how to set up port security. That's just one of the ways that you can set up port security. You can set it up so that only a specific MAC address can connect to that port. There's many different ways to do it. Thank you for watching.